People of the internet.
Hello.
Hello, hello. Welcome back to Metal Waifu. This is Nick.
Hello.
And I'm Alexis. And we've got... Okay, well... just... There's some weird ambient tone at that point.
It's just, this is... We're not reviewing a noise rock album, but they can review a noise rock album, but it'd just be drones of me just going, and hello. This album is like a 3 out of 5.
Oh my god.
I don't even know if it picked up on the mic.
R.I.P.
Rip audio. As you were pointing out, it is still February, so we still have all our Valentine's Day stuff up because,
Yeah.
love.
I spent money on this, okay? I'm going to get my use out of it.
Every dollar.
I mean, look at this.
Look
They're
at it.
fortune cookies.
Look at it.
Made out of foam.
Hearts. Little hearts. Don't you like hearts? This pumps your body full of blood, damn it. You need this. Oh, shit.
I'm really curious
Dropped
what
it.
these actually say on the inside. I've never actually...
You suck.
Something...
Die alone.
I think it's supposed to say you make me smile. I think you're supposed to be able to remove these.
Oh, really?
But I don't want
Hold on,
to.
I'll pull one.
No, don't pull them.
Well, I was going to grab one and, kind of pull it. Not, fully pull it.
I mean, they...
Oh, they're, stuck?
A little bit. Oh, no, they do come out.
Oh, they do come out?
Yeah.
Hold on. You make... I think they all say that. You make every...
They probably do. They're from the Dollar Tree.
Oh,
Oh,
Dollar
no.
Tree.
This something says something about an adventure.
Ooh.
And they put a space between the last letter and the exclamation point. So there's a slight pause.
Oh, yeah. Hold
You
up.
make everything an adventure.
You make everything...
The excitement comes a step after.
I don't want to pull on this anymore because I'm already seeing the glue kind of come off of this one.
Yeah,
So
don't.
I'm not gonna do that. This just reminds me of the Insane album with the sticky pages. And all.
Oh, God. Put the fortune cookie down.
Okay,
Put it down.
put that cookie down now.
Wow. This is a wild intro.
Yeah, we're talking about the Bring Me The Herizon album.
Yeah, what up? This is supposed to be the music episode. I don't know what happened already.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we just don't have an intro for it. We had to go into anything uber detailed, but we have all this Valentine's Day stuff, and I wanted to address it. All right,
Address it like a problem. Rude. I spent a good $7 on this.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
It's a cute problem. Okay, there's such a thing as a cute problem.
There's a corgi butt on the mailbox.
Oh my god!
Because his face is on the front of the box. So that's his butt on the back. He's stuck in the mailbox.
I'm gonna touch the butt. I touched his butt. Okay, cool. Bring Me The
Anyways,
Horizon,
all right,
post-human
hi.
survival horror. It's an album.
It's a thing, and we listen to it.
Yes, it was music that we listened to and put it on our ears, and it sent audio files through our headphones and or speakers, depending how you listen to your music. And we heard the music through our eardrums.
Are you having a stroke?
No, I'm systematically explaining to people how sound enters their eardrums and into their brain and how they receive the music and all that kind of stuff. We listened to this album because apparently it was highly regarded and highly rated. And so I hadn't listened. Well, no, I take that back. I listened to their last album, Amo, and I heard bits and pieces of it and I enjoyed it. And so when I heard that this new one was apparently very good, I figured this might be a very good one to talk about on the podcast. So I told Alexis we should probably listen to it as we were planning everything out. So this is what we did.
Yeah.
Alexis apparently has some overview on the band itself, if you want to get into them. If you've never heard or listened to Bring Me The Herizon. So what's the deets on those boys? Yeah.
Which man? So it's been a ride.
It's been a ride.
It's been a ride. Yeah, so Bring Me The Horizon, which I always forget this part about them, is that they're British.
Oh, yeah,
I
British.
always forget that for some weird reason. But yeah, they're a British rock band. We're just going to generalize right now.
Yeah.
Formed in Sheffield in 2004. They released their first album in 2006, and then the coveted Suicide Season came out in 2008.
Oh, he's coveted? Is that what it said?
No,
in
I am.
Oh, okay.
Because that was one of the beginnings of my emo phase.
Oh, so like,
good Lord.
so Bring Me The Horizon, if you like, from the beginning, if you listen to Bring Me The Horizon, they're like one of the many bands I would like consider like baby's first like metal band, right? So like Bring Me The Horizon, Suicide Silence, to an extent, a lot of those like deathcore scene bands were, I would consider, in that realm of like, this is your intro into metal, because it's aggressive, but it's also like, it has pretty lead singers and boys and all that stuff, and you're just like, oh, they're really angry, but they also have their hair clipped, and and then you go later on, and then you find your thrash, and you realize that most of the guys who sing in metal bands are ugly, 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 ugly looking dudes, but they make the best shit. So
yeah, usually.
yeah.
Well, an interesting thing about the way that they talk about, well, at least the way that this Wikipedia article talks about things.
Oh yeah.
They released their debut album, which was Count Your Blessings, in 2006. It says upon release, the album's sound, I'm having a stroke, polarized listeners and was met with critical disdain. So then the band began to break away from their controversial sound with Suicide Season in 2008, which was a creative, critical, and commercial turning point for the band, which is very true, because I think that really shot them up, because that was like emo Warped Tour scene, like you were listening, you had every song of Suicide Season on repeat. Like, we all know the girl holding her intestines. You will never
great
leave.
Great t-shirt.
Yeah, like that image will never leave your brain.
That great t-shirt. Chelsea Smiles, Diamonds Aren't Forever. Like, it is okay. Upon re-listening to it now as an adult and listening to other music, it's not the musically the best album you've ever listened to, especially composition-wise. It is uber simple and easy riffs.
Yeah.
It's a guilty pleasure because they bop. Like, they do, like, they take you back to that
If
that
you
place.
had an emo phase.
Oh yeah, if you had any semblance of emo phase, it takes you back, It takes you back to the day when you were in the pits at Warped Tour and dancing around and wishing your mom wasn't picking you up at 8 o'clock, and just all that happy joy and all that stuff.
Swapping sweat with everybody.
Oh God, swapping sweat, getting elbows dropped on you, like, it's just.
How did you come from above?
They'll find a way. They'll find a way. Much like in a reference back to our Hatebreed episode, Chuck Taylors to the face or Vans to the face, because it's Warped Tour.
Yeah, I was about to say Vans were definitely the prevalent.
Just checkerboards flying left and right. Like, it was a hot mess, much like 2008 housing market.
Wow.
Reference. So then I know Suicide Season, and then they've had album after album after album between like Sempiternal. I think Sempiternal was like a turning point for them sonically a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Which they were going more. Sempiternal was like the first point where they started to introduce more electronic to their stuff.
Well, but that was the first time they were with a major label.
Oh, that too. It's right. Because they were they with Epitaph to start off with?
I believe.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. Because they went to Epitaph, and then I think they were with RCA or whatever.
Yes, Epitaph.
Okay. And then Sempiternal happens. They go with a major label. They're getting some semblance of like poppier.
It says that they were still Sempiternal is Epitaph, but it's also RCA.
Okay, well, yeah, because a lot of those like indie labels, like, they'll transition them or whatever. Because I think there are a few that do that. Yeah. Sempiternal happens. It's okay. It's fine.
Yeah, not my favorite.
No, and so I think the biggest thing about Bring Me The Horizon as a band going through their catalog and their music is that they have definitely had their sounds, and they have, like, when you listen to a Bring Me The Horizon album, it has a tone. It's their kind of song. But I think throughout their time, they've been trying to find not only the sound that works for them, but a sound that's going to take them to another level. Mm-hmm. And I feel like they wanted to integrate more electronic into it. They wanted to do that kind of stuff. And like they're just like inching closer and closer and closer, but they're not. They're still like stuck in that like seeing kids trying to like seem smarter than they look kind of phase, right? Like, they're just trying to like make stuff that's bigger than what they think it is, right?
Are you saying they're doing that now, or
No,
they were
not
doing
they
that
were.
with, oh,
They
okay.
were.
I was like,
right
oh,
because like Sepulturnal, like they, it's bombastic. It has like it has some
Yeah.
decent tones to it and everything, but it's like they're trying to get themselves out of the rut they were in. What was the album before Amo? I forget what it was called. It's the one with the umbrella on it.
Yeah, hold on.
That album was the first one where they started to get like some more radio play, and they were going a little more into a poppier sound.
That's the Spirit. Oh,
That's
I
the
never remember that as being the album title.
No, well, I know the song That's the Spirit, but I don't remember it being
Yeah.
the album title. But it had some decent moments on it or whatever, and like it had some songs I liked, but it still wasn't getting there. It still wasn't giving me a sound that I was like, holy shit, this is cool, this is neat. And then Amo comes out. And I didn't listen to Amo all the way through. I only listened like a few cuts, but apparently
I didn't either.
Yeah, well, if did you listen to the song Mantra?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Mantra is like such a weird, like it's a poppier sound. Like it's definitely trying to get some radio play or whatever, but it like has like these weird moments and weird like vocals and like the bass guitar in that song is the way they have it sound like during the intro is cool and all that. Amo is like to the point where you're like, well, it seems like they're going for more poppier sound, but they like can get into it. Like it seems like they might have found kind of their lane they want to go into, and it works. But they needed like one more push.
Do you remember? This was a very like distinct moment when Oliver Sykes literally like made a statement that he was no longer going to scream in songs.
Yeah, I think I remember at some point he said that.
I mean, this happened before. I think it was before the 2013 album. Yeah, I remember that being like such a big deal. People were like freaking out over
Obviously,
that.
he didn't keep to that.
No, he didn't.
No.
I think he only kept to it for like one album.
Yeah, and then he was like, no, I can't. No, that doesn't make any sense.
I mean, but now he's doing it a little more like creatively, which I definitely prefer.
Yes. And so when we go into post-human survival horror, it has a bunch of other stuff too as well. We're just gonna call that for this review.
No, it's just post-human survival horror.
I thought there was more to it. Okay.
There's just that one long ass song at the end.
Oh yeah. When they finally get into this album and into this lane, I think they finally figured out what that sound they were going for was, and it's the way I know it. What it is when you listen to this album, you're going to hear the influences aggressively. One, they bring on Mick Gordon. If you don't know who Mick Gordon is the guy who was in charge of the Doom soundtrack. If you listen to Doom soundtrack, I can low-key say that it is some of the best heavy metal music released in like the 2010s. Like not even like as like a gaming soundtrack, as metal music.
Oh yeah.
Like you can listen to that soundtrack and do the dishes and you want to just start throwing hands. Just start going. It is engineered, played, all that. It is an insane gaming soundtrack. So they did the smart thing of bringing him on, and they're doing what a lot of bands are doing now, which is going into as the Code Orange is doing this too, and that is borrowing a lot from like alt metal and new metal, but like not in a way where like new metal now is kind of like laughed upon and everything like that. Not your Limp Bizkits, not like the
Yeah.
not even like some Korn. Like I even think some Korn's kind of little, pun intended, corny. I'm more referring to like this is like hybrid theory, and some people have made note of this specifically. I know Needle Drop made a point of this, like hybrid theory, like Linkin Park, like or like Deftones, like a lot of those guys, like the good shit. And they decided to like plus their sound of the deathcore-ish kind of stuff and kind of like put it together and the stuff they learned from Amo and doing that pop thing and merged all those lanes together to make this album. And you hear that like on track one. Like track one, I swear to God, I'm just listening to like the Doom soundtrack. Like you hear it in the bass drum, you hear it in the bass guitar, you hear it in everything in the production that you're just like, oh, this is what we're doing. And from that point forward, like Dear Diary is like like one of the best intros to an album I've heard in quite some time.
Seriously, it's a phenomenal intro.
Right, and it takes you, it grabs you, and it's like they wanted you to know like what this album is going to be going for. It'll slow down every once in a while, but it annihilates you. Like it is first off, the one thing about this album too is that it's not long. Like the longest song is 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's only 9 tracks.
But here's the thing, and I think this is gonna bring it back to like the Hatebreed album. It's short. It doesn't overstay its welcome, and each track is a roller coaster ride.
Yeah, it's doing it the right way.
A good chunk of the tracks are a roller coaster ride. I still have some critiques here and there or whatever, but like each one of the songs, I can at least tell you like, oh, this is what this song is. I know what this song is. Like it is eclectic enough in its sounds and what it's trying to do, but still it has a cohesive element of what it is carrying through. But yeah, like God, just that intro to Dear Diary. I was listening on the way over here just so I was like knew what I wanted to talk about and everything. Dear Diary is just such a good starter.
It really is. And then it going into Parasite Eve.
So here's the thing about Parasite Eve. Like when I first listened to it, because it was the first single from that album I actually listened to, and Parasite Eve was I think it was the last song that they released as a single before they put out the album. Parasite Eve is clearly a song that was made during the pandemic and everything.
Oh yeah,
definitely making reference to it. One thing I appreciate about the album is that I'm glad that the boys at Bring Me The Herizon have an appreciation for Square Survivor horror games in Parasite, which we'll go into later to other things that I find interesting that I'll leave at our podcast. But the thing about that song when it starts, like it has like the cool like electronic intro or whatever, but when it goes into spoken word stuff a little bit, I'm a little worried what he was like, oh, is he gonna start rapping or something, or is he gonna get a little new metal or whatever? But then like when it gets into it, and especially when it gets in like the breakdown, and you're just like, oh, it's like that dirty like bam bam din din din. I'm like, oh Jesus, like, and like the enjoy the ride part, and it's an exciting song. Like it builds itself and then it keeps going. And it engineering wise, this album's insane.
Oh, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
It sounds phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like that was like a big I mean, again, being an engineer, that's always the first thing I'm going to notice is the actual production and how things are done. And my freaking God, actually, who is the studio on this?
I'm not too sure.
I'm going to double check.
You go check that real quick. That's one thing I will say about this album, though. I think in terms of like getting Mick Gordon on as a producer and in terms of them and everything like that, and getting this right blend of everything, there are certain things about the album as I'm going through it where I was like, if they had gone with somebody else or if they'd done like one or two things different, I think this album wouldn't have worked, right? Like, I think this album would have just kind of come off as like corny in certain aspects or whatever, or like aiming too hard to go be on the radio. Because I think So like, I think because of a lot of the decisions they made in terms of the sound, you're good.
There's 4 studios on this album.
I mean, you know why there's probably multiple studios on that album? Because it was probably they're trying to record it during the pandemic.
Well, yeah, I mean, definitely. Yeah. But they have one in the UK, one in Los Angeles, one in Hastings, and one in I'm totally going to I don't know. I'm going to say it wrong. Never mind. It's Phonoprint Studios,
okay.
But yeah, I'm not going
to
I'm going to butcher where it's from.
Oh, okay. But yeah, like during like the album's listen, and a song like Parasite Eve kind of reminds me of that, is if the production was nowhere near like just not good enough, just there to like just good enough, like even just good enough, I think the album wouldn't work. But because the production is above and beyond, it just ascends the album to a whole nother level in terms of its sound. And Parasite Eve is an example of that too, because like it has that intro where it's like I don't know what culture it is per se, where it's like that like I almost want to say it's like tribal or whatever, Like it's that whole orchestral-esque like singing and everything. I'm not too sure.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm
I
talking
got
about.
you.
Yeah. I was trying to. I'm not too sure what it is, but it's epic. And like when it leads into Parasite Eve, and it's like that low drone as Ollie's kind of like doing the spoken word a little bit like over it and everything. It's just.
Are you talking about like the throat singing?
I like that opening part, and then when he's like.
No, I'm talking about like what you were talking about before, the like tribal or whatever.
No, it's the that part where
yeah.
yeah.
I was like,
no, not
I was confused for a
not
second.
the woo, not the hue. Not the woo, not that band. They do the or the Mongolian throat singing. I forget which band does that.
The hue.
The hue. God damn it.
The hue.
I thought it was the who or the woo or whatever.
HU.
HU. Okay.
That's the hue.
The hue. The hue.
Mongolian throat singing.
Yeah.
I love them so much.
They're cool. It was weird when they got the guy from Papa Roach on the Wonder Songs. I'm like, what? Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
they made choices.
Yeah, they made choices. They made decisions. What's the song after that? Isn't it? It's not Obey. It's Teardrops. It's Teardrops.
Yeah.
Teardrops is one of the songs on here that I love production wise, and I think it's very good. And it's also definitely riding that fine line of if the production wasn't at the level it is in this entire album, I think it'd be like an okay song. It is also one of the prime examples of how much it borrows a bit from Linkin Park, especially like early Linkin Park. Yeah, it is very like you almost kind of hear Chester's vocals like singing in like Ollie's voice. In that song. But it's still a good song. Like it has a good emotional drive to it. Has good production.
Which by the way, I love the evolution of Oliver's singing.
Yes.
Like I love it so much.
His range. That's I think that's the biggest critique I had of that guy. Two biggest critiques I've had of him specifically is his range and his lyricism. I don't think his lyricism is. It doesn't seem as pompous as some of the stuff. Like in Sempiternal, there's some things where I'm just like, okay, sure, I'm sure you want to mean those things, but it just kind of comes off as being weird. But I think he's simplified his stuff just enough, and he's also like detailed in terms of what he's talking about, and it's not like being obvious. But like it's enough to where you understand as a listener what he's talking about.
Oh yeah.
Like it's he's delivering those lyrics, which may not be the most deep or complex lyrics in the world, but his vocals are nuts in certain aspects of it. And sometimes he reaches ranges with his screaming where I'm just like, holy shit. Like sometimes he has like the high pitched screams, like, like going back to like Suicide Season, like Chelsea Smiles, he has that one continuous way he screams, and then like he'll do like the low guttural shit.
Yeah.
But then he always has like one range. Whereas this, he is all over the place. Teardrops doesn't really do that. Teardrops is kind of more a poppier kind of like Teardrops is the song I think they would want to hit the radio.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like this is the one where there's like, yo, this is 98 rock.
Didn't it end up being the one that hit the radio?
I thought Parasite Eve was.
Oh, maybe.
I think Parasite Eve was like the big single before the album came out. That sent it off. I don't know. But yeah, and then I think.
Oh, I did not know this.
What?
Ludens, it was actually released as part of Death Stranding Timefall.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was like part of a promotional thing. Well, yeah, I mean, that's fair, but also like Death Stranding was like.
Oh, Parasite Eve was the first single.
Yeah, it's Parasite Eve, yeah. So when you, so like, but like, I think Teardrops is like the one I think would be the one they release and to get consistent radio play because it is, I think, one of the more safer songs. And I think we get into Obey.
Yep, with Youngblood. Youngblood. I don't know like squat about him. He just came out of nowhere and then all of a sudden had a collaboration with Hot Topic, and I was like, who is this man?
I don't know. And
I know he's from the UK, and that's about it.
Yeah, I don't know, and I don't really particularly care. So the thing about Obey is a great song, right? I think one, definitely some of his best vocals, but it's catchy. That hook.
Oh God, yeah.
Like it's just, and like I love the chord transition during that hook where it's like a, I think it's a, I don't know if it's discordant or whatever, but and also it's another prime example of like the way the guitars are. Because like one thing I like about Bring Me the Horizon for longest is like their guitar tones. They've always like tuned down like pretty heavy. But for some reason they like, because I think of their guitar work initially not being as on like up to snuff, like it's kind of brought it down a little bit. But now because I think they're tighter and they know how they can play together and everything, there's so many cool little guitar riffs here and there that are like simple, and I'm sure I can pick up on a guitar wherever and play. But just because of the tone and the production and everything, it just takes it to another level. The thing about Obey, one also, did you watch the music video for Obey? No, you didn't watch any of the music videos.
No,
I
was a little lax on this one.
So the music video for this fucking one's great, and it's funny because it goes into the whole thing where I'm like, I think this is the perfect album for us to listen to on Metal Waifu, because I think like Bring Me the Horizon were like closet weebs.
Oh yeah, probably.
Oh yeah.
I mean, well, that's the whole thing with like they were playing Doom during quarantine, and we're like,
well, yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's how you know that they're into some shit.
Oh yeah. Well, specifically the music video for that song is they're both. It's like making fun of like Super Sentai, where they're like they're in like Did I say that right? Or you know what I'm talking? You even know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
okay. So like they made like these whole like building set and everything. They're in like the different like robot suits or whatever. Like Ollie's in one, and the young blood guy is in another one. And they're like fighting it out and everything. But then like for some reason their robots like start making out with each other and shit. It gets weird.
That's beautiful.
It gets oh dude, it's a loving touch. It's a touching love story. But great sounds and everything like that. Doesn't need, like, literally that young blood guy just doesn't need to be there. Like, you literally just could have had Ollie Sykes sing most of it, and it would have made much of a difference.
I mean, they had some wild choices of features on this album.
Some features, I'm like, yo, that's like insane. And then like, I think he's like of the two on here that I was like,
well, there's 4 in total.
There's 4. So there's.
And you know which 2 I like.
I think we're on the same one. Although I have some particulars on the one I think you like. But
better not.
Scrapping after this one. But yeah. So the young boy guy is fine or whatever. I just think he's a little like, I don't know, posery a little bit, because
I mean, he's a little extreme.
He's
to like kind of a corny level, but
oh yeah. You're corny. He's absolutely, because he's like, I don't know. He has he's like a scene version of like Billy Idol. Yeah, he aggressively does like the.
I just feel
thing.
like he's an e-boy on crack.
Yes, which is Billy Idol.
I mean,
have you seen stuff with Billy Idol?
That's fair. Yeah,
he's like proto e-boy. Do you know? Hold on, non sequitur. Do you know that Billy Idol made a cyberpunk album?
No.
Yes.
What?
It was completely based off of Technomancer.
Oh my god.
Awful.
I can imagine, because that is a choice.
One of the YouTube channels I watch, this dude named Todd in the Shadows, he does this thing called he does One Hit Wonderland, but he does Train Records.
Oh no.
And he talks about the albums that almost destroy like music people's careers. Like he did the one on like the Van Halen 3 album.
Oh god.
Where they had the dude from Extreme be the lead vocalist.
Oh god.
Oh dude.
Oh no.
There's that one. They had the one where like the Shunny and fucking Dwayne Allman like album he had. Oh
man.
Dude. But one of the albums that was on there was that Billy Idol album. It's funny. It's yeah.
That's amazing.
But that's what he kind of reminds me of is that he's a little posery, and apparently he's supposed to be making it big. And like I listened to one of his songs when he put on his new album, and I was just like, this guy's okay. It's like mediocre, like Green Day, not even like Dookie.
Yeah, I think I've listened to like 1 or 2, because again he like blew up out of nowhere, and I was like, who is this man?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'll look up, and I'm like, I'm kind of bored.
Yeah. But he plus side is he doesn't ruin the song. Like the song still bops.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it's like it was just weird. The song after that is
Itch for the Cure.
Itch for the Cure, which is basically just the intro.
When will we be free?
Yeah. I mean, it's just the intro in the Kingslayer, which is just...
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Freaking Kingslayer!
Okay, first off, another non sequitur. If you think baby metal isn't metal, you need to go check yourself.
Baby metal is...
When they tour with Judas Priest, they're metal.
Bitch. Like,
Oh my god.
those little girls. My God.
That chorus, that hook,
It's
the Kingslayer.
so good. And their voices go so well together.
Yeah.
So well.
Yeah. Dude, when he's like... I was in the car when I was driving out of work, coming over here and listening, and that was the first song I listened to on my way. I was just like, God, just a bop.
It's so good.
Just getting into it. It was like blasting and shit. Like, you all know about baby metal, son.
Well, like, this is the thing with me whenever I'm listening to albums. I am, like, my first thing that I do before I'm even, like, well, obviously I usually have some sort of mental commentary about the production quality of it and how it sounds in a car. Because let me tell you, when you're a mix engineer, making things sound good in a car sucks. It is the worst. Like, nobody likes the car test. It is the worst to do, but you have to do it. But the other thing that I'm so focused on is is this something I can imagine myself enjoying in person?
Yeah.
This album, they can play from first song to ninth song, and I will just be in like,
yeah.
Because it would be an incredible, like this is one of those that you would go to the show and it would be an experience. It's not just a show.
This would be like if they try and do tour dates again, I would try to go to this show.
Oh,
and I'm
God,
assuming this show's
100%.
insane.
And if they actually brought baby metal, my life would be complete.
Dude, I would spin kick some poor motherfucker in that pit just to some baby metal. I don't even understand.
Dude.
Kingslayer comes in and it's like, yeah.
Anybody who shits on baby metal is just mad because those little girls did something that they wanted to do.
It's like the guys who are heavy into black metal who shit on Death Heaven or whatever. That's a deep cut. I know. I'm certain none of you actually got what I was referring to. But like, there's like a thing like alternative black metal. Like you see like a black metal band, they have like the makeup and it's like, and they like Emperor or shit like that. They have a specific sound, but there's alternative black metal bands that have that same sound, which I guess you could say could almost fall into noise rock, like a Godspeed You Black Emperor or something like that. Mm-hmm. But they are making like it's like just major key black metal. I don't know what to tell you, but Death Heaven slaps. It's just it's metalheads being closeted in terms of being gatekeeperish and all that kind of shit, and it's been happening for years. So like it. I understand why people don't necessarily like baby metal, and it's probably the same issue they have with like poppy or something like that, or whatever. But like if I can just push a dude in the fucking pit to the song, like I'm not upset about it.
Right?
Yeah, like I'll critique some shit or whatever. Like I'll critique a Hatebreed album before I critique baby metal in terms of like some pit shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeehaw. Yeah, yeet, you know?
Yeah, yeet, my dude.
My dude. Yeehaw, yeah, yeet. Yeah, Kingslayer is very good.
Yeah, all that to say, it's a great song.
It's a great song. It is. Its chorus is great. Its production is great. It is a ass kicker. It is muy good. The song after that is
One by One.
One by One.
With the Nova Twins.
Oh, is that who's on it?
Yeah, which I'm actually looking them up right now because I don't know anything about them.
Same.
Oh, they're cool looking.
Oh, are they cool looking?
At least I think.
Because here's the thing. Because I initially thought that was what's his name from Sleeping with Sirens.
That's them.
Oh, that's cool. They're girls?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well, I thought it was like guys. And see, you know what? That's dude from Sleeping with Sirens. That's where you fucked me up. Because the first time I listened to Sleeping with Sirens, I thought it was a chick.
So the Nova Twins are an English rock duo formed in London in 2014, consisting of vocalist and guitarist Amy Love and bassist Georgia South.
Okay, Georgia South. Yeah.
Their genres, according to Wikipedia, is punk rock, alternative rock, rap rock, and alternative indie.
Oh, so they're like kind of all over the place.
At least this should be the same Nova Twins because nobody else named Nova Twins is coming up.
That makes sense. They're from England too.
Yeah.
Who's the guy from Sleeping with Sirens? What the hell is his name?
Oh, Kellen?
I think. Oh yeah. That's who I thought was the guy who was singing, the person who was singing on that song because I actually see the feature for that, but they're fine. They're cool. They're chill. But like it
Kellen Quinn. That's
Kellen Quinn. Kellen Quinn. Fucking falsetto head ass. Falsetto head ass. What fucking...
They have a song called Baseline Bitch. I am totally going to listen to this later. I'm intrigued by them. I'm very intrigued.
Anytime you go to the club and just some basic ass bitches and like baseline bitch. Yeah, they look aughts. They look like they're from the 14s.
The 14s.
The 14s, the 15s.
Yeah, though they had a band in 2014 named Bratz with 2 A's.
Oh.
Releasing the song Bad Bitches under that name. In the summer of that year, they settled on the name Nova Twins, then released their first track, Baseline Bitch, in April 2015.
They like the word bitch?
Yeah. And they're with Robotunes, I think?
Bitch. Yeah, that was a good song. It was weird. Some of the vocals in that song are kind of weird, though, because it's like... I think it's something about, like, dumping somebody. Or it wasn't, like, overly... That was a song that I was, like, lyrically, it was kind of mediocre.
I was going to say, I meant to look up those lyrics.
Yeah.
I'm going to look them up now.
It's like, you know, leaving a bitch or something like that. You know.
Disconnected from the world again. No, the sun don't shine in the place I've been. So why you keep acting like I don't exist? Yeah, I feel like I'm ready to die, but I can't commit.
Yeah. There's that part, which I think is Ollie's part. When they come in, it's kind of like weird because it gets a little...
Yeah, sabotage myself again. Got a brain like a hurricane. Me and that bitch know we can't be friends, and I don't even care. No.
Yeah, no. I don't care. No. I don't care. Nah.
Nah, fam.
Not even.
Annihilation never looked so good. I love that sentence.
Jesus Christ.
It's literally terrified. I am numb. Annihilation never looked so good. Shut up. Hush your mouth. You talk too much.
Oh God.
I love it.
I feel like I'm in danger at that point. Like, I need an adult after that lyric.
Damn, there's shit. Why do I not remember the lyrics being like this? Because now that I'm reading them, I'm like,
I think it's like the one song where it's just kind of like the rest of the album has like an epic tone to it or whatever.
It's definitely like kind of a stick out one. I was like,
yeah, you're just like it's getting a little like, yo, what's up, son? I'm like, damn, son. Where'd you find this?
The ending one is put me out of my misery. My mind feels like an arch enemy. Can't look me in the eyes. I don't know what hurts the most. Holding on or letting go. Reliving my memories, and they're killing me one by one, and it's killing me one by one, and they're killing me one by one.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's the title of the song. One by one. Yeah, it's a good song. It's a good one. It's
1x1.
What else? What I would make people are just like, oh, I love that song 1x1. You mean 1 by 1?
1 times 1?
1 times 1
equals 1?
Equals 1. Like like 2 by 4? What?
How old are you again? Never mind.
Do you ever have shop class? A what? How do I saw? I don't know how to saw. I was sawing stuff like this weekend, and my friends were looking at me like, you know how to saw stuff? I'm like, no.
Yeah, so it's only Amy that does vocals on here. She's got that one verse, and then they do a little part together.
Oh, okay.
Because I actually found one that puts who the hell sings what.
Genius. And like, just like, we're going to explain to you the lyrics of this album.
I know.
Let's tell you, we know you're all idiots and don't have time to comprehend the lyrics of these songs, so we're going to tell you anyway from the artists themselves. Here's the kid who does the flossing song.
I'm a monster.
Cause I'm flossing.
I can't believe that they did that.
You can see the look on his face. He's so into it. It's like, cause I'm flossing.
And they paid him.
And you know he fucking took all that money. They paid him to just have him look at him and be like, "Y'all, this is my lyrics to my song. They're so deep. Cause I'm flossing."
And they actually had him explain. Literally, I'm flossing, I'm flossing. And then he was like, "So what does that mean?" Well, I be flossing.
I be flossing. Where's my mill? Where's my royalties at? Jesus Christ! What
a world!
This album. I think that's the one thing this album encapsulates is the chaos that was like the past 10 years, man. I think 2020 just encapsulate every it was just this buildup of something horrible is just gonna just happen. It's just it's too quiet. Everything's weird shit's going on.
You thought you were gonna get a new decade?
Yeah, you thought it was new. Oh no, it's just the 2010s catching up to you. It's just the 2010s just coming up from behind and just kicking you square in the dick. It's just literally coming in right behind you where you're not expecting it. You're slightly legs open or slightly a little bit just because you're in a chill stance, and then from a steel toe,
oh god,
from the back, just right there. What was the next song?
Jesus. All right, well.
It was Luden.
Luden.
It was Luden. Ludens. Good song. I didn't know that you can make a breakdown from the Kit Kat slogan, "Give me a break." That heavy.
I hate you. I hate you so much for that.
Because now every time he goes, "Give me a break," now you're just going to be like, "Give me a break."
I literally did not think that, and now that you've said that, I know it's not going to go away. I'm going to be like, God damn it. I'm cursed.
Next time when we go to see them in the pit and they play that song and the "Give Me the Break" part comes up, I'm just going to come up to you with a Kit Kat bar.
You should just chuck it at them.
Yeah, and then I immediately get kicked out of the fucking show after I throw something on the stage.
You'll be fine. Just don't hit anyone.
Yeah, Ollie sees and he's just like, "What the?" Yeah, you're right. Thanks, mate. Yeah, fucking get the fuck out of here. Yeah.
But you also need to tape a sticky note that says, "Give me a break."
Give me a break. Just in case he doesn't get what's going on.
Exactly. Well, because if you're in the moment in the song, you'd be like, I don't understand. Oh.
He's like, what the fuck? Oh, yeah, you're not right. It's not right there. What is that? I don't know. I don't think he's Cockney English or some shit like that. Oh, well, I tell you what. I love Kit Kat, yeah.
I hate you.
It's funny because I know you don't.
I think about it sometimes. What would it be like if I just hated Nick today?
Oh, you wake up in the middle of the night just like, should I hate Nick today? Should I hate his fucking guts?
I have to have a thing on the board that says, "Who do we hate today?"
It's just me.
And my hand always hovers just a slight second above your name. And then I go, oh, okay.
I feel like I know the day that happens. I'm just going to get a text from you that says, "Fuck you." You piece of shit. I'm like, what did I do? How did it happen?
You got to make the podcast on your own now, son.
Oh, God.
All the equipment's mine.
No, don't give me an anxiety attack literally in the middle of the show. You're like, hey, you're making the podcast now. I'm like, by the way, side note, you changed the logo on me. On the Facebook page and all that shit.
I didn't change the logo.
Oh, not the logo. You changed the banners and stuff. I was like,
made it look cooler.
Oh, well, excuse me, princess. I'm sorry. I don't know how to use fucking Photoshop. It looks cool. I was surprised for a second. I was just like, did something change? Oh, it was because one person, I got a notification that somebody liked a photo, and I was like recently? And I looked, and I was like, oh.
No surprise. Oh. I did that while I was at work. I was bored.
You were like...
Well, no, I was looking at our profiles and I was like, all right, we need to start amping some stuff up. And ultimately I want us to do some other things, but I was looking at it and I was like, there's a lot of black and white and it's bothering me.
Okay, well, that's fair.
I was like, gold.
Gold, all gold. What are you, fucking Trinidad James, all gold everything? Don't believe me, just watch.
Maybe, I don't know.
Sounds like N64 gold.
Jesus. Oh my god. We're getting sidetracked.
We're 100% sidetracked. I'm so sorry. I'm making an obscure rap reference. Not even obscure. That was a pretty popular song in that time.
I was about to say.
Yeah. Loot is a good song. Give Me a Break. We started from Give Me a Break and we just descended from there.
Just goes into chaos.
Yes, it just descends into our dumb cavemen brains. Very good song.
Sticks and stones may break my bones.
Very good drop.
Yeah.
Very good sound and everything like that. We have the exact opposite problem from like the Hatebreed album. We're talking about this album. A lot of stuff's very good, and I have critiques about it. Don't show feet. The people who listen to the audio version of this, which is very few, but if you are, like,
you're just very confused.
He's like, don't show feet. What?
Is that in the song?
Yes. Yeah, don't show feet.
That's the breakdown.
Oh. This song's about OnlyFans.
But it's one of those, it's like, don't show ting ting feet.
Slaughter to Prevail made a really weird song called Don't Show Feet. He screams it with that mask that he wears. With a demon mask chopping up and down. Oh, don't show feet.
Jesus Christ. God, we can't make it through this song, can we?
No, we can't. Well, there's not much. Exact opposite problem of Hatebreed's album, where there was nothing to talk about because there was nothing to talk about. We're gonna keep talking about this this Bring Me The Herizon album, and it's just gonna be platitudes, except for the last song, because I do have some things I want to say about the last song.
Of course you do.
It's a good song. It's the long title or whatever, but the major thing is that
one day the only butterflies left will be in your chest as you march towards your death.
Right.
It took me forever because I had to wait for my thing to scroll through the entire title so I could write that down, and I needed to say it.
Not even you don't even want to give it a Google search. You're just gonna be like,
I literally just sat there and let it just scroll as it played, and I was like, we're almost there. We're almost. Oh, there we go.
We're so inefficient.
It's just me. It's just me.
No, girl, don't you lie to me. I know myself.
Well, I'm just talking about in this regard.
Oh, in this regard. Oh, yeah. I was referring in general, but.
Well, we know that.
Oh yeah. Have you seen this podcast?
Jesus.
But no. So that song is fine. I enjoyed it. It has. I don't know why it reminds me of Nightmare Before Christmas, but it just kind of does.
Is it just because Amy Lee did Sally's song?
I guess. Okay, here's the thing about Amy Lee, right? At least my relationship with Evanescence. Great vocals, great singer, all that kind of stuff.
You better choose your words wisely.
Evan. It's just Evanescence is. I can only take "Wake Me Up Inside" so many fucking times.
Well, that's the radio's problem. Even I don't listen to that song.
But it's like, let's discuss about Amy Lee's career, right? "Wake Me Up Inside," "Going Under." I like that song. Like that first album is
called "Bring Me to Life," by the way.
Whatever, you know which one I'm talking about. Can't wake up.
They also didn't want to have that. Their record label forced them into that.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I understand record labels being shitty like that. You know the story about the homeboy from Warrant and Cherry Pie?
Oh, God,
How the original album wasn't going to be called Cherry Pie, but because it was like the first single and made so much money, they decided the record label made that whole band basically just Cherry Pie the band.
Yep.
And they just lost their minds. No, so like, I feel like it's not just her. It's other homeboy as well, and I forget his damn name. But as soon as her and homeboy from Seether broke off, that just became their career. Especially homeboy from Seether, because every single thing he put out was basically just like, dude, get over it.
Yeah, I know.
Get over it. And like the other thing with like melodrama.
You know how many times me and my ex-boyfriend did that song?
Oh my god. This is what you created, Amy Lee. That's your fucking fault.
I still pop that song.
I understand there's the melodrama and some people like that stuff and everything. Just gag me with a fucking spoon, dude. And but it works in this song. Like you're upset
But
with
here's
me.
the thing. No. Here's the thing that there's a thing that happened with Amy after she had a kid. Her voice changed because you naturally do change with hormones. And she's always been beautiful, but she got the warmth that really, really came out of her voice that she has now, in this beautiful fullness to her. And again, it's always been there, but there's just something that was it's such a slight difference, but it makes such a big difference when it comes to recording something.
Yeah, there's a passion to it, and to compliment her, it was the first time I really thoroughly enjoyed some of her actual vocal performance, and Ollie actually complimented it very well. Mm-hmm. It ends very aggressively.
Love isn't in the air.
Yeah, it just screams it in the fucking to the rafters, and then it just ends like a little piano chord send off or whatever.
That's gonna be my anti-Valentine song this year.
Oh my god!
It's just gonna be that "Love Isn't in the Air" part.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. You just throw that shit on TikTok. Just
everybody's like, "Are you okay?" No,
I'm not. We're not okay. Damn it.
Is that gonna be our first collaborative TikTok? Is just us outside just screaming?
Fucking should be.
We should go down to the dock that we have over here.
Yeah.
Just stand on the edge and just.
Like our sons just died in a war, but you're just yelling because we're lonely.
I would absolutely love to get an email because we have a portal for all of the residents here, and so management will send out mass emails, and I would love one to come in of please don't scream from the dock.
We just have we pick up some random old guy to walk by us and be like, damn millennials.
Just all fucking sad all the time.
Sad
Jesus
all the
Christ.
time. Why don't you
get a job?
Get a job. Why don't you be like the rest of us and just pour your sadness into alcohol? Pieces of shit.
Oh no. Not the alcoholism.
No, not again. Thwarted again by alcohol.
Jesus.
This album's good.
It's a great album,
It's
man.
a good album, guys. We're just trying to fill up time by our mediocre jokes and timing and making each other laugh. Honestly, that's the stuff I enjoy about this podcast the most.
Yeah, it's just the random ways it goes.
Yeah, just the catharsis of just me breaking down, which I've enjoyed so far. Some of my friends were talking about listening to the podcast, the best part of some of the best parts of listening to this podcast is just listening to you wheeze laughing, even at jokes that aren't necessarily funny.
It's because you have such a solid dad wheeze. See, there it is.
Stop.
There's an Instagram account that the only thing they have on there are videos of dad wheezes. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Holy shit. Oh, no.
It's absolutely incredible.
Oh, my God.
Shout out to whoever runs that Instagram.
Yeah, God bless you.
You're amazing.
God bless you. Holy shit. How far along are we in this review? Are we even at an hour yet?
53 minutes.
Oh, it's okay. I'm trying to think of what else. So my overall opinion on this album is I don't know where they go from here in terms of their sound and everything.
Yeah.
Because it's peaked. I think if they do something better and they actually can do it again, I think they have a perfect album. I think they have probably one of the best albums to start off the 2020s. But for right now, this is probably album of the year up here for me. Which obviously we have plenty albums to go and everything along those lines. We got plenty of more I know at some point we're gonna listen to the Rob Zombie album, which I still don't know if I'm excited for or not.
I've learned to just prepare for the unexpected with him.
Yeah, I mean, his last album was like okay. It's weird.
Everybody's fucking in a UFO.
Yeah. It's just shit like that, man. I'm just like, what?
You know, I have the physical. Have you seen
you showed me that.
Oh yeah.
I was like, you showed me that stuff. I'm like, I guess I'll give this album a listen. I'm just like, what the fuck what are you doing,
Aliens
Rob?
with large rods.
You're digging through ditches, burning through witches. Now you're in the back of you were in the back of a Dragula, but now you're like talking about fucking UFOs and shit. Like, Rob,
that man,
your Kush must be the finest.
He just makes whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
because he knows people are gonna buy it.
Well, yeah,
I know I'm gonna buy it.
We're gonna listen. We're gonna listen to it. God help you. We are going to fucking listen to that album, and I'm going to try and figure out if I like it or not.
I'm going to try
and figure out if I like it for the fact that it's a good album, or if I'm just at this point just like whatever, man. Just strap in. You make a good Halloween Horror Nights house. I tell you that. The fucking House of 1,000 Corpses bopped. But yeah, I don't know. Like, so going forward, like I think there's some albums I need to definitely step it up. But this album I was pleasantly surprised with. I'm glad it's out. And even if you're not a fan of Bring Me The Herizon if you're not a fan, I'm sorry, I had to put my arms down because somebody pointed out in one of our videos that I had sweaty armpits, and now I am fucking terrified. You know who you are who told me that, and they're gonna watch this and feel bad, and I hope you do. But
well, I'm definitely leaving that part of the video in.
100%. And they're gonna come up. I can give you one guess.
I'm gonna put a timestamp that says Nick threatens random person.
Oh, it's not random. They know who they are.
Well, it's just random to the audience. We don't know.
That's true. But fuck, where was I going with that? Son of a bitch, where was I going? I was talking about I'm sorry. I was referring it to people who are not necessarily into Bring Me The Herizon, because I understand they could be polarizing in terms of we're like a deathcore band, or they're too poppy, or like they're a bunch of scene kids, fuck that, or whatever. If you like the Doom soundtrack, and I know a lot of people did like the Doom soundtrack, you're gonna like this album, because I think not only do the vocals aren't gonna distract you from it, because I think that would be another thing too, is like to get whiny vocals or whatever. Ollie sounds great.
Yeah.
The sound, the music sounds great. The production sounds great. Like, you'll listen to this shit and you're just kind of you'll bop to it. You'll bop to it a little bit. So especially for me, who's a guy who loves this heavy stoner doom thrash, heavy shit, and fucking all that kind of jazz, prog metal and all that. Like, normally, obviously not my emo self, but like my older self, wouldn't want to vibe to this kind of stuff. I vibe to it. So like, give it a listen, give it a shot.
And even for me, who hadn't really listened, like I definitely dropped off of Bring Me The Herizon. So I didn't really know what I was going into. I knew some of like the popular ones that were kind of like, especially raging on TikTok, dear Jesus. Can you hear me? If I hear that one more time, I'm going to throw my... I mean, some people make some really cool videos with it, but good Lord, I'm going to throw my phone out the window.
TikTok is a... So I've been posting a lot of like my guitar videos on there and everything. I have liked it so far because I seem to get like more of an outreach. I don't have as many followers on Instagram, but Instagram seems to be mostly a mix of friends and random people. But TikTok seems to be more just random people that seem to like watch and like my stuff and everything. So like, that's a good gauge of like me going forward and how I want to make content or whatever. But when you're on your For You page, I get a mix, man. Like, of like, oh, that's pretty neat, to like, it's just the red light challenge.
Yeah, the silhouette. I might do that. I don't know. But anyways, back to what I was saying. So for me, as like somebody who hasn't really listened to Bring Me The Herizon in a while, because again, I just kind of naturally fell off, and I was starting to, I think when I fell off was probably in that 2010, 2012 area. And I just kind of was exploring different musical options and was just kind of like, all right, whatever. They haven't put out anything in a little while. So when I came to this album, I was pleasantly surprised. What are you?
I'm sorry.
Were you?
I'm listening. I'm listening to you.
Were you really expecting glitter to not get on you?
I was trying. I was originally putting it on my forehead, and I was like, I may not want to put that in that spot. And so I started to put it on my nose, but it wasn't sticking. And then I realized,
Jesus,
that there is arts and crafts herpes on this thing. So
yeah.
please don't get. I saw you grabbing it too. So yeah, but
it's all over the freaking table already.
Right.
But anyways, I was the one that put them out. I know they were glittery.
I know.
But yeah, so for me, like coming to this album, I was pleasantly surprised. Yes, I was pleasantly surprised, and also just kind of shocked because I mean, granted, you see the evolution a little bit more when you look at the albums prior, but for me, it was such a stark like from A to Z, and I was like, whoa, whoa, because it just, I think. And what I really, really like about this is it shows the band's age, but in a good way.
Yes.
It shows that they have evolved because all of these guys that are in the band are the original members, and then they brought on the keyboard player in 2012, and he's been a big part of the production of individual songs, and that's why, because he's everything electronic. Like, he's not only just keys, he's all of the just electronic elements in general and the samplings and things or however, whatever they're using. He's all in that. So yeah, it's a really like pleasant evolution. And I honestly, I always love this damn meme of like, when seeing emo kids get into the adult goth aesthetic, like that evolution, I feel like it's very similar to that. So it's just this, or the mature adult, or the mature goth aesthetic, I think is usually what people say.
So it's like, because I was thinking about it too, like all these like older scene kids like becoming mature and going through the mature phase of their musical careers. Like, and I know you're gonna hate me for making these references, but it's bands I don't particularly care for, but they totally 100% did it. Black Veil Brides.
Oh yeah,
100% did that. Motionless in White. Fucking bands like Pierce the Veil or whatever, like those kinds of bands. They kind of just stuck with the same thing. Oh my God. That's a good riff, but it's just.
There's some other things I could say there, but I'm going to shut up.
Yeah, just. Anywho, the key's gone.
Yeah. It's gone.
It's gone. Oh, Christ on a goddamn cracker.
I think I only recently listened to some of Black Veil Bride's newest stuff. It's a very weird evolution.
Yeah, well, like that whole evolution. Well, most of the evolution is just Andy Black. I think he's done like solo stuff too. He also did like, what was it, American Satanist or whatever, where they're talking about like the LA rock scene, all that stuff. I'm like, does LA have a rock scene?
It's just the movie and everything.
Yeah, it's just like
it's like American Satan, I believe.
Yeah, some along those lines. It has Malcolm McDowell in it, and I'm like, oh, I like Malcolm McDowell. He's a good horror actor, but then it's just like all these like kids are just like, oh yeah, we're like in the LA rock scenes. I'm like, it's not the 80s anymore. I don't even know that's even real anymore. Like what LA rock scene are you referring to? Shit's fake. Get that shit out of here. It's fake. Shit's fake. Get out. Don't get.
Yeah. Does Pierce the Veil still make music?
I don't know. I don't know. Pierce Veil makes music. I think Sleeping with Sirens still kind of does. Obviously, like no, Suicide Silence still makes music, and I don't know why. I get it. You need to make money and you have careers, but like, man, I'm sorry. Mitch Lucker was the fucking the heart and soul of that whole damn thing, and it was unfortunate. But not their last album, but the album before that was, whoa, my God.
Wait, for who?
For Suicide Silence.
Oh.
The one where they introduced the new lead singer. No, was it the one or the one after?
Oh, their new Pierce the Veil's latest album was 2016.
Oh my God, it might be. Yeah. Well, maybe they figured it out. Maybe that dude's hairline finally fucking gave up. Hey, same, bud. I'm not even. Listen, save yourself. This is already too late for me. Just give. I don't even think you're ever gonna watch the fucking video, but like, holy fuck! Why have we been so wild on this fucking episode?
I don't know. It's been all over the damn place, though.
I've said some hot shit.
Hot take.
Hot take. Whoa, Nick.
Oh, Asking Alexandria put out an album last year.
I think I remember hearing about it.
Like a House on Fire. That's what it's called.
Their career. Woo! Nobody's safe from my mediocre hot takes. Boom, 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 boom. I'm like, call me the Doom Slayer, more like the Career Slayer.
I'm gonna need you to not. I'm gonna need you to not. Jesus. Wow, these photos of the guys in Suicide Silence are some choices.
Okay. Oh, I'm just got a little chub.
Are you talking about when they brought on Hernan?
I think so.
Because he's the current.
Yeah, because for some reason their second album, from what I heard, was like, from what I heard,
Extended play demos. What the hell? Why is there so many?
I don't know.
I'm just trying to see. Become the Hunter, released February 14th, 2020 with Nuclear Blast.
I think that was their late. Sorry, I popped in the mic. I think there was like their. That was the one before. The one after. The one before that. The one that, like, I remember.
Just the one before that was just Suicide Silence.
Oh, that's right. It was like a self-titled is what they did with it. It was weird because like I remember the first music video that came out for it, and like I was like it was okay, but they had like Jay from Jay and Silent Bob in it for some fucking reason.
Did it really?
Yeah, for some reason. Well, no, I think it was because like I think like Mitch Lucker, that was like one of his favorite movies, was like Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back or something like that or whatever.
Oh.
And he had the guy make an appearance because they're like the music videos, they're in this pyramid and all the stuff's like the walls start closing in. Looks like the band's about to get killed by these closing in walls, and then like Jay shows up and he's just like, "Hey, what's up, snabooches?" or whatever. And he's got a fucking bag of weed or I don't fucking know, man. It was weird. Jay needed money.
Literally, the only person that has a Wikipedia page is Mitch from this entire. Like everybody's got dead links.
That's unfortunate.
Like we don't know anything about anybody else. That's really sad.
Oh god, I know one of the guys did like a technique video on like Fender. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna teach you guys how to do." What was he teaching? Like downstrumming or some shit like that. I was like, "Oh, that's cool. That's neat. Yeah, it's nice." Kind of looks like Tommy Trujillo.
Sorry.
Ma'am, don't kick your own table.
I know, just flip it.
Ma'am.
Man, we should do an episode where we just revisit all of our like scene emo phase bands. Like, let's just revisit all.
I just talk about MCR. I think that'd be the one I'd gush about the most. Or
well, no, I think we like what we just did, like where we just start rattling them off. Like, let's just look and
just reminisce.
Yeah, let's like talk about one song from each and be like, do you remember?
Do you remember? Holy shit, that was cringy.
That was not a part of my emo hood, but you know.
No. It wasn't. It wasn't part of my emo hood. I'm just talking about the cringe that would come with it.
I know. I was making a joke. God.
I'm sorry. I'm the joke maker here.
Excuse me. Excuse me, sir.
Ma'am.
Oh, God, Jesus, I'm uncomfortable. Sorry. Everybody gets to just witness me awkwardly move around.
Yeah, you just get to witness. I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to call it out.
Shut up. Shut up.
Starts with a T. Anywho,
you know what they say. I'm not gonna say it.
Crush my head, mommy. I don't know what the fuck you want.
I have neighbors.
I'm wearing flip flops.
But I have neighbors. I swear, I'm gonna get in trouble here.
No, just they're like, oh fuck, you're doing a podcast day. They're gonna record for their tens of viewers.
All 10.
All 10 of you.
What do we have? Like 23 now?
Subscribers? Yeah, we have 23 subscribers. We have 100 plus, like almost like 200 Facebook followers. Subscribe to us, you jerks.
Right?
I know you're there. just hit the sub, make it happen. I think we have like 3 Twitter followers and like
one of them's me.
I think one of them. No, yeah, one of them's you. One of them's my friend Dave. I know that.
I think Teppy follows.
Yeah. And then we have a few followers on SoundCloud. Listen, man, Upstart, getting close. I will say, even with our low numbers, I've been having fun. I think that's kind of just been the big takeaway. It's been something to do. It's been a good ride so far. Because at this point, we're not at halfway point. We're nowhere at halfway point. What's our halfway point? Literally, we started in October. No. What was our first episode?
I think it was November.
November?
I think we recorded it in October.
We recorded in October, our first episode of November. Okay. So
I don't fucking remember.
Yeah, so it'd be like, April be our midway point?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Gee whiz, man.
Imagine when we get to a year.
Oh, God.
We realize we just wasted a whole year.
I mean, you said it, I didn't.
I know. Just me, we're fucking thinking it.
Well, damn.
That's true. All right. Well, so in short, listen to the album. It's good. That's our 2 cents. We're gonna finish up our fun ramblings and everything. Hopefully, y'all had a good Valentine's Day. Hopefully, you had a good February. Hopefully, going into March, things will be getting better. I mean, the year's already pretty poggers.
It's my birthday month, and that's all I care about.
Oh my God. Getting drunk for your birthday.
And you get to be subjected to an hour podcast of me obsessing over Rookie.
Oh my God. Oh, we're doing another J-Rock episode for all of those who have no fucking idea what she's talking about. We're doing another J-Rock episode, and I'm gonna listen to some shit.
Yeah, I need to make you that list too.
Oh yeah. I like that.
Let me tell you, this is a really, really hard decision because I told him, I was like, instead of just letting you go through and just listen to or try to listen to things in order, I was like, I'm gonna give you one early album, one like mid-career album, and then one of the newer ones. And I'm like, I literally looked at the list and I'm like, I have no idea. And they're about to release a new single, which also is coming with an album. And I'm like, they're releasing that new single 6 days before my birthday. And I'm like,
oh, yeah, you told me about that. Yeah. I like that idea because at that point, I'm not like feeling like I'm being daunted into a whole group's discography for Duran and Gray and all that shit.
Yeah.
That was a lot. I still haven't actually listened to much Duran and Gray after.
They have a lot too because the Gazette's been around for, they're coming up on 15 years, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. It'll be exciting.
I'm so excited. Oh my God. Oh yeah, but we're talking about the Gazette. I didn't even say, what band it is.
I know. I was like, I don't know what you guys are referring to. I was just saying, I'm just telling them that it is a J-Rock episode. Like, I'm sure majority of other people are just like, I don't know, fucking J what? J who?
Oh, I'm totally wrong. It's their 18th anniversary.
They're about to go to college.
I was about to say, I was like, I know they're on like the upswing of 20, but for some reason I thought it was 15, but it's not. I think I've only known them for 15. That's why.
It's like Saved by the Bell, the college years. It's the Gazette, the college years.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's hey, they're putting out another album, which means another chance for me to see them live, and that's all I care about. Because I have missed every other opportunity when they've been in Georgia because I was just like, I'm not going to drive to Georgia. Now I'm like, no, you're going to drive to Georgia.
You're going to do it.
Like, you're driving to Atlanta and you're going to this damn show.
Yeah, why would you be upset about driving to Atlanta? There's so much good shit in Atlanta. Food.
Well, at the time, I was like, that's a lot of money.
That too. Now we have money, kind of. But
yeah, kind of. I like to think I do.
Same. I like to think I have money too.
Okay, anyways.
All right. So, people listening, just end it now. End it now.
Jesus. Oh my God, if you see the spike in the recording, I will dampen that as much as possible, but I am so sorry for what your ears are going to be subjected to.
Now they're like, end it now.
Yeah, they're like, please, end me now.
Yeah, please. Serenity now. All right. Appreciate you all listening. Hope you guys enjoy this. We'll catch you on the next episode next month. Bye.